To climb is to climb, and the only bad climb is the one you don't take.
This East Tennessee native hiked every trail in the Smokies, then about 10 years ago started tackling bigger mountains.
My first real big mountain climb was in 2004, and we went to Seattle to climb Mount Rainier.
John Quillen has climbed mountains in Alaska, Ecuador, Peru, Russia, China, and most recently, Pakistan.
I love to travel. It's a good excuse to go see different places and have a focus and a goal. It gives me a reason to exercise and kind of train and be in shape.
Although he has made it to the summit on most of his climbs, the experience is more about the journey.
And if you go to the top of a high mountain, you're only going to be there for maybe 15 or 20 minutes. So you can't measure the breadth of an expedition by the small amount of time you may get to spend on the summit.
Last summer, he was part of a team of 11 experienced mountaineers who set out to climb K3, or Broad Peak, in Pakistan. 8 of the 11 survived.
We were at 20,000 feet at Camp 2, and we had been climbing for roughly 40 some days, I guess. And we had acclimatized going up and down the mountains. We had stocked our camps. We were fully in preparation to make one more rotation, which would have been our final summit attempt. And on the way descending back to base camp is when Brian had his accident.
His longtime climbing partner, Brian Moran, fell about 100 feet and shattered his leg. John made a splint. One of the other climbers, an Iranian named Mustafa, helped get Brian down to base camp. Weather delayed a helicopter evacuation for almost a week. John's decision to stay with his injured friend at base camp and then come back to the U.S. may have saved his life.
Who knows what would have happened? I mean, none of our team members truly summited and survived, so only God knows the answer to that.
The 3 climbers from Iran in the group continued toward the summit and made it. They lost their way on the way back down. Their bodies have not been found.
This one, there's a lot of people that are never going to be okay.
He shares the story in his book, Tempting the Throne Room, Surviving Pakistan's Deadliest Climbing Season 2013.
You know, writing the book was a catharsis for me. It was a way that I could kind of deal and put it into some kind of perspective and kind of, I don't know, put it away for myself.
He's donating all proceeds from the Farsi translation of the book to fund a climbing school in honor of the 3 Iranian climbers who died.
The most important part of that expedition was the time that I got to spend with these young guys, their last days on Earth. And I hope that I was able to capture that in the book. They were some of the finest young men I've ever known.
John Quillen survived a tragedy and is preparing for his next adventure.
Oh yeah, I'll climb again. And Brian will climb again too if he ever gets healed up sufficiently. It's in your blood. Once it gets in your blood, it kind of stays there.
Emily Stroud, Live at 5 at 4.